Hello and welcome to the Music Survival Guide, the independent musician's guide for how to survive in the music industry. My name is Phil, a mixing engineer. Hope you're doing very well out there. As I talk, it is about 1 billion degrees in London and I'm struggling, if I'm honest. I record this podcast, I do all my music work in my attic, and right now here it is hotter than the surface of the sun. So this is going to be a brief episode for you. I'm not going to labour the point too long. I'm going to get in, say what I have to say, and then go so I can cool down. I wanted to talk about being bored. It's an interesting thing that in this social media saturated smartphone culture, allowing yourself to be bored isn't very fashionable, if that makes sense. And I'm here to contend that it's not only helpful, it's beneficial for you as a creative, for you as a musician, for you as a person. So here we go. Let's see what I can do, see if I can convince you. I think that you should allow yourself at certain points of the week, there should be random points I think as well, not kind of the same point as doing the same thing. You should allow yourself to disconnect. You should allow yourself to stop listening to music, stop listening to podcasts, stop doing all the, those distracting things, watching YouTube, whatever it may be, and have no plan. Allow yourself to be bored. And you may think, well, why? Why would I do that? That seems like a terrible idea. Boredom is rubbish. Why would I do that? Because it's when you're bored, it's when you have nothing else to do that your brain starts to wonder and your brain starts to think of creative solutions, to problems that you're facing. It may be that you're trying to work out how to finish writing of a certain song and you got to a certain point and you're stuck and you don't know where to continue. What the best thing you may do for yourself is to allow your brain to passively work on it. Have it in your head and then kind of go, right, okay, you need to go do whatever it is in your life. And then in those quiet moments, your brain will come back to it and something will just pop into your head. It will just happen and you'll have this brainwave and you go, oh, that. And then obviously you need to get your phone out or wherever it is you can record it, depending on where you are. If you're somewhere embarrassing to record yourself humming into your phone, then I'm terribly sorry. You're just going to have to suck it up. And that's how you're going to find the solution that you're looking for. I think the same thing is true thinking creatively about your band as a business. If you're trying to work out how to market your song, if you're trying to work out a piece of social media content that you want to make or a new piece of merch that you might want to make and you're not really sure what to do, allowing yourself to be bored will allow your brain to think about these things and come up with solutions. And I'm here to say that's not just true for music, that's true for your life. If there's some big life decision or even some small life decision that you're trying to work through, those quiet moments will help you really think about it and you'll have those random brainwaves or random ideas that will come into your head and it'll be wonderful. If you don't allow yourself to be bored, you are not allowing your brain to slightly switch off and think creatively. And I think as a creative, that is terrible. That's not a way to live. You need to make sure that you have time and space for your brain to unwind and think without really thinking, if that makes sense. It's the only way I can describe it. And it's a really true thing. And I found this really true for myself. If I give myself space and time to wonder kind of brainwavely, that's not a phrase, but I'm going to say it is, then I will think of creative solutions to mix problems I'm having. And it's really good and it's really helpful. The reason why I say it shouldn't be doing the same thing every time is if, for example, I don't know, you're doing the washing up or folding the washing and you always listen to a podcast at that point, you think, no, I'm just going to kind of let my brain wander and see what happens. That's wonderful and that's great. The problem with that is you're doing the same thing every time. And so you're not kind of allowing your brain to be in different scenarios and different situations because your brain is a load of synapses and a load of neurons and it's trying to make connections and link between things. And it's going to be some link between what you're doing and the problem you have and it will come together and there's no way of you really knowing how and when that's going to work. It just does. But if you're doing the same thing, it's going to be the same kind of links in your brain. So you need to kind of vary it up and mix up what you're doing. So I'm just here to contend, as I said, very short episode because I'm way too hot right now, that what you need to do is you need to make sure you are having times of boredom because it will help you, I promise. So thank you for listening to this episode of the Music Survival Guide. If you thought it was helpful, please do share it with any friends and bandmates to start a discussion about this kind of thing, about how to kind of make some creative decisions with your band and move forward. If you have a chance, please do write a review wherever you listen to podcasts. It helps others to discover this podcast through the all-powerful algorithm, and of course sharing with people also helps the powerful algorithm and pushes me a little bit up the rankings of podcasts. Finally, if you're thinking of recording or mixing, then please do drop me a message in the links in the podcast description below, and we can have a chat all about your project, and I will see you next time.